No more time in today. The sun is fading away, and I'm left feeling cray. I need to make a change. It's time to rearrange.
Hi everybody. We're going to talk about the art of stress-free productivity today. We're going to start off by talking about the goals of the system that I'm going to share with you. I like talking about this topic. It's something that I've been thinking about since very early on in my career when I started in the commercial construction business, working on large projects in the mountains of Colorado, where I was having to manage these crazy to-do lists across lots of subcontractors and architects and clients, and I had to come up with ways to stay on top of all that and get things done. And it's been something that from that point in time throughout my career, I've constantly thought about how to improve the way that I manage my productivity. It's been sort of a career-long effort. And about 5 years ago, I came across a book called Getting Things Done by David Allen. And that was a real game changer as a result of applying the system in David's book, which forms the basis of a lot of what we're going to be talking about. I was able to improve my productivity about 40 to 50%, which was really significant. And I was already fairly productive at the time. I've also heard of this system being mentioned by people like Tim Ferriss and Michael Hyatt, two people that I like to follow online and listen to their podcasts. They're constantly talking about personal effectiveness. And not only do they use it, but a lot of other folks that they've interviewed talked about using the system. So there's a lot of validation that this system can really create awesome results for folks. I also love the opportunity to teach something like this because as a result of teaching it, I have to dig into the material, and I made some updates to the presentation. Actually came up with a couple of ways to get a little bit more out of the system for myself. So I want to start off by thanking you because it was very beneficial to me in preparing for this. So let's start off by talking about the goals. What are we hoping will happen as a result of considering the system? So the first thing, of course, is we want to meet our commitments for ourselves, for our team, for our clients. We want to live up to the gun will be there core value that we talk about at Fathom. We also want to move from being really reactive, where we're constantly jumping from one thing to the other, putting out fires, to proactive, where we're planning our time and working on the things that we want to work on when we want to work on them. We also want to get away from just being busy. It's really easy to be running around between emails and phone calls and meetings and constantly organizing and preparing, but not really getting much done, to being very productive. So we're actually getting a lot of work done and moving things that matter forward. Another goal is to really maximize flow, and flow is really when we are highly productive, totally focused, being super creative, highly energetic, and really enjoying the work that we're doing because we have a lot of confidence that everything else is in its proper place and we'll get to it when the time's right. So we're not worried about all the other things that we're not doing. We're able to focus on the thing that we are doing right now. And then finally, this system helps us unplug and renew. So it's really important to me that when I'm done working and I come home and I'm spending time with my friends or my kids, that I'm able to be totally present for them. And if I'm not on top of my productivity system, I tend to be thinking about work and thinking about the things that I should be doing, and it makes it hard for me to be really present and genuinely connect with the people that I'm with. Also makes it a lot easier for me to completely leave work at the office, so to speak, so that when it's time for me to relax, I can do that with a greater peace of mind and actually recharge my batteries much more effectively. The major challenge to any productivity system is stuff. Stuff is anything you've allowed into your head or physical world that doesn't belong where it is and for which you haven't yet determined the desired outcome in the next action. So when we got lots of stuff on our mind, it makes it very difficult for us to be focused on what we're doing right now and causes us to be stressed and less productive. What we're shooting for is a state of flow, and flow is the mental state of operation in which a person in an activity is fully immersed in a feeling of energized, focused, full involvement, and success in the process of the activity. So we're getting lots of stuff done. We're generating new and exciting ideas. We're highly creative and innovative because we've achieved what the Buddhas would call a mind like water, because we've gotten all the stuff out of our head and we can be totally focused on what we're working on right now. So the idea here is we want to go from a state where we've got lots of stuff on our mind and we're highly stressed and while we're trying to do our work, to a mind like water where we can achieve flow and stress-free productivity. This is an equation that I put together to help me think about how this works. So we start with time, which we have no control over. We've got 24 hours in a day, whether we like it or not. But we do have the ability to become more focused and bring higher energy to the task at hand when we're not being subjected to thinking about lots of stuff. So when we're more focused and more energetic, we can become much more productive. Whereas if we've got lots of stuff on our mind, it saps our focus and energy and reduces our productivity. Thank you very much. This will conclude this section, and I look forward to seeing you in the later chapters.
What am I grateful for? I think about the little things. What am I